Does anybody still do this stuff themselves anymore? What? It's really not that hard to do. I mean, that's the oil filter, and you just unscrew it and then drop the old one in the bucket. Take your brand new one, rub a little oil around that seal, and screw the new one on. Man, had me questioning it for a second. All right, finger tight, right? And then what? Quarter turn. Now we can grab 14 millimeter right here. Oh, that's on there good. Which is a good thing, right? You don't want that thing loose at all. Look at how nasty this is. But what I'm concerned more about than anything else is when I pull this out, if there's any metal shavings. But isn't that the blackest, nastiest oil you ever done, Tom? It's a little bit transparent, and surprisingly enough, even though it's yucky, it's still viscous. And look at that. I don't see any metal shavings at all. So yeah, all we do is let that drain out and then refill it. So if you've never changed your oil before, you take this cap off and you put the new cap. Now put the oil in there, put the filter in there, dispose of the oil at O'Reilly's, and that's all there is to it. Now we're going to be putting the world famous Bardol oil treatment in with the full synthetic restore and protect that O'Reilly's got, and I'm just going to use that for funnel. But before we do any of that, we need to put the drain plug back in. So let me spit your hands. Now, ideally, in a perfect world, you want to replace that little bushing on there. But, all right, that's tight. Oil filter, give that one more. That's good. So downstairs, check. Now, I just use an old quart thing like that, and then we got the new one here. We don't want to put that in yet, just getting it ready, because we're going to try this stuff out, and let's pray. I don't know anything about it, except it said it's for old trucks, and I can't get that open. Dang it. I might not be able to do this one-handed. Hold on. Alright. It's like cracking a beer. Look at that stuff there. Let's see what it comes out like, the viscosity. Wow. Look at that stuff, man. Look at that. Dude, that's going to take a minute. I'm going to set that there and we'll be right back. I hit pause, but that's been about 5 minutes. It's still... Man, that is some good stuff. Reminds me of Lucas oil. We'll give it another few minutes. Alright, that's been going for about 10 minutes. So anyway, this stuff is new to me, but oil burning, special friction stuff, like, I'll do more research, but I got an old truck, you know. This here is also a new brand that I'm trying. I never heard of, Restore and Protect. But like I said, O'Reilly's had a special going. So let me not pour this all over my engine. I do have a story about that. I have done that. I'm going to stop at about 1 quart. Alright, so should be 4 quarts of this, 1 quart of that, and then we're just going to check the levels. And just to make sure, that little line right there, if you hold this in the sun, you can see that there's a line right there at 2 quarts. Alright, I'm leaving it a half a quart low, and we're gonna just, you gotta remember, the oil filter's empty. So I stopped at a half a quart low. Look at that. It shows a half a quart. So cool. That's easy. We are going to probably have to top it off a little bit more after we start the engine. Alright, let's start the engine. Let me put this away. Alright, put the cap on. Now let's put the dipstick. We already know. We checked it. Now, oh, here we go. There we go. You hear it? Get real quiet real quick. RPMs went up a little bit. You hear that? Alright, let's go check and make sure everything's tight, and we should be totally done. So this is tight. Dipstick's in. We're going to check it again. We want to go down here and make sure. One last time. Make damn sure that's tight. And make sure that is tight. All right, cool. We're done. That's some nasty stuff in there. So now it's time to make one last test. Check the oil. It's not easy climbing around this thing. So perfect, right at we're done. Cool. Now we can know that my engine is not going to blow up today.